Good morning, Eagles. Happy Friday. Do your Friday dance. Do your Friday dance. It is a little late, but it's always time to start another amazing Olin day. Every day we take a moment to honor our country with the Pledge of Allegiance. At this time, I'd like you to please stand and face the flag. Place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Please be seated. Eagles, today, whoa, my seat just went down. Today, I'd like to talk to you about thinking outside of the box to solve some problems. And in honor of Black History Month, the person whose story I'm going to tell in regards to that message is George Washington Carver. George Washington Carver was an agricultural scientist and inventor who developed hundreds of products using peanuts, sweet potatoes, and soybeans as well. He was born into slavery just 1 year before it was outlawed, and he left home at a young age to pursue education, and he would eventually earn a master's degree in agricultural science from Iowa State University. Go Cyclones! He would go on to teach and conduct research at the famous Tuskegee University for a very long time. He taught there for decades. In fact, he's buried there next to Booker T. Washington. And one of the things that he's known for is a concept called crop rotation. So what farmers were dealing with was when they would plant things over and over and over again in the fields, they would notice that they would get diminishing returns. Their products weren't as great or bountiful as they were maybe the year before. So what George Washington Carver figured out, and the entire world has really benefited from this concept, is crop rotation. This is an incredibly valuable concept. Through his work in soil chemistry, George Washington Carver learned that years of growing cotton had depleted the nutrients from soil, and that would lead to lower yields. So we would get less and less cotton. So what he figured out is by growing nitrogen-fixing plants like peanuts or soybeans and sweet potatoes, the soil could be restored, and that would allow the yield to increase dramatically when the land was reverted back to cotton a few years later. So this idea that a field could be used for cotton, and then we would pull the cotton, and then we'd put peanuts or sweet potatoes or soybeans in that same space, actually would help the land heal to get ready to grow cotton again. This was an amazing idea because now farmers could spend some time growing cotton over here and peanuts over there, and then they could rotate it and grow their peanuts over here and their cotton over there. This changed the world, and it helped us all get food because we needed those increased yields. That's super important, and he thought outside of the box to make that work, and we are all appreciative of that. Today's featured lunch item is a Galaxy cheese pizza, a bag of carrots, some corn, an Asian pear, and your choice of milk. Yummy. Thank you, food services staff, for providing the children in Brea with delicious and nutritious meals. Today's animal facts are about the chicken. We all know so much about chickens, but I want to share 3 things that I think are super cool about chickens. Number 1, chickens are dinosaurs. Bet you didn't know that. A comparison of the chemical structure of the preserved proteins found in the soft tissue of a T-Rex, specifically the leg bone of a T-Rex, showed that the proteins in the T-Rex are very similar to the proteins in the leg bones of a chicken. There is an evolutionary link between a dinosaur and a chicken. Chickens are dinosaurs. Pretty cool. Number 2, chickens have feelings. There was a study conducted by the University of Bristol. They have an animal welfare and behavior research group. That's where I actually find a lot of our animal facts and do a lot of the research that I do. Well, they did this study on chickens, and they found out that the chickens have feelings. What they did was they would put mild distress to a chicken's chicks and would watch to see what happens to the mama chicken. So they would do things like blow a little bit of air on a baby chick, and they would notice that the mama chicken would have an increased heart rate, or their temperature would go up, or their behavior would change. So what this showed was the adult female chicken is able to show at least one of the essential attributes for something called empathy, which is a feeling. These adult female chickens were affected by and can understand the emotional state of their babies. Chickens have feelings. Number 3, chickens can talk to each other. They have very complex communications within their flocks, and they have very distinct vocalizations that have different meanings. They can, I think scientists have found like 30 different things that chickens communicate about. They have the ability to communicate with their young. They have the ability to alarm and alert each other if there are predators nearby. They even have the ability to say what kind of predator or communicate what kind of predator is nearby so that they can figure out together what kind of anti-predation behavior they want to adapt. Pretty cool. We've even discovered that mama hens talk to their eggs, often with like a purring sound. And what they're doing is they're communicating with the baby chicken inside of the egg. And what's awesome is the baby chicken, as it develops inside of the egg, actually peeps back to its mom. So it's like, hey, I'm in the egg, but I'm cool. I'll see you soon. I think that's what they're saying. Anyway, that is enough about chickens. It is time for me to go and for you to learn. Let's soar Olenza and make it a great day. Have a great 3-day weekend as we celebrate President's Day. I will see many of you on Tuesday as we return to in-person hybrid instruction. I'm very excited to see you, my friends. Fly by, Eagles.